plot of the Christian film called Mission Air.
Gary Heavin, the executive producer of that film, joins us now. Gary, we thank you for your time and welcome you here to America's Forum.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here today.
Gary, what was the inspiration behind the Mission Air story?
We believe that families in America need quality entertainment. It's something that's fun to watch, it's action-packed, and is consistent with the Judeo-Christian values that we think needs to be held up and shown to people.
Can you kind of give us an idea, without giving it all away, what the film's about?
Yeah, it's got a woman as a hero, and she's a competent, strong woman, and she is providing medical missionary work down in Mexico. And she's a pilot, and the bad guys, the banditos, try to steal her plane. And in the battle, her son accidentally is involved in one of the banditos' demise. And so they're out for revenge. And you've got Tom Arnold, who plays a really funny character. You've got Paul Rodriguez, the Hispanic comedian. You've got Gigi Rice, who's quite a well-known actor. And these people come together and create a really fun movie to watch that has a great happy ending as these guys overcome the bad guy.
Well, Gary, and we're trying to work on your audio just a little bit with your Skype transmission there from Waco, Texas, but your real life story rivals anything in a movie. Do you want to fill us in on how you grew up, the challenges you faced back in your early teens?
Yeah, I'll be happy to. I am the founder, and it built a company called Curves. It's the women's fitness franchise. And we started with nothing, my wife and I, a little over 20 years ago, and built what became the largest fitness franchise in the world with 10,000 locations in 90 countries. And we were able to do that applying the Judeo-Christian values, telling the truth, doing what you say, giving back, working together as a team so you have the power of unity. And we sold the company recently, and we're looking for something to do that we felt God would lead us to do. And that was to ended up being in the movie business. You see, that's a medium that allows us to influence the culture in a positive way. Now, you can't just have a message, you've got to deliver the message in an entertaining way.
Well, this film sounds like quite a departure from the typical Hollywood blockbuster films, right? And from being in the gym business. What made you decide, yeah, I think I'll go into film and create a Christian film?
Well, you're right. It's a bit of a stretch. I think the tie-in is I'm a high-time pilot. And so this movie allowed me to fly airplanes and tell a story about airplanes, which I have a passion about. We fly food and medical supplies into Haiti and have been doing that since about 10 days after the earthquake. So we had that in our life, and then we had this values message that came from building a business. And so delivering a message about something we were interested in the form of a movie kind of came together that way.
30 seconds, you've talked about the values message, a Christian message. What message comes through in this film?
Well, the Missionary movie shows people who have to deal with adversity and to come together as a family. And they deal with the adversity with strength of character in a way that's consistent with their values. And it's an interesting story that families will enjoy going to and bringing their kids to, and they have confidence in that. And they leave with, I think, an inspiration to have confidence in living out their lives.
Fair enough. Unfortunately, we have to leave it right there. The name of the movie, Missionaire, the executive producer, Gary Heavin. Gary, thanks for your time. Now a different mission that left the surly bonds of Earth, our first landing on the moon, the subject of this American moment.
I believe that this nation should commit itself to achieving the goal before this decade is out of landing a man on the moon and returning him safely to the Earth.
In 1961, newly elected President John Fitzgerald Kennedy announced to the Congress and to all of mankind America's intention to send man to the moon. Previously restricted to the realm of science fiction, the president's commitment set in motion an unprecedented effort to fulfill one of man's oldest dreams. The obstacles were monumental, not the least of which was to create an energy source capable of sending a manned spacecraft to the moon. The answer stood 363 feet tall and delivered 8 million pounds of thrust, making the Saturn V the most powerful rocket ever built. On July 20th, 1969, Apollo 11, carrying astronauts Neil Armstrong, Michael Collins, and Edwin Buzz Aldrin, circled the moon until Armstrong and Aldrin entered the lunar module and readied themselves for their historic landing. With just 20 seconds of fuel left, disaster was narrowly averted when Armstrong had to manually fly the Eagle away from unexpected boulders to a smoother and less dangerous landing zone. Although the imagery was poor, Neil Armstrong's words came through loud and clear.
It's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
However, the flight was not without controversy. Buzz Aldrin, a devout Christian, administered himself communion on the moon. Since NASA was already fighting a lawsuit from atheist Madalyn Murray O'Hair, who objected to the earlier Apollo 8 crew reading from the book of Genesis, Aldrin's communion was kept a secret from the public. Not so secret was the plaque bolted to the descent ladder on the lunar module. It was left on the moon to greet future visitors and reads, "We came in peace for all mankind." For Newsmax TV, I'm Bill Curtis.